Alright, what is going on, guys? My name is Leon Master. Welcome back to another Overwatch League Season 3 tier list, and we are on to main sport. The final one, the final tier list we're going to do for this break. We're not going to do duos. We're going to wait till the end of the season for that, and also we're going to do all these tier lists again at the end of the season. And for a little bit of hope for you guys, I'm going to try my best to tune in those live games. It's going to ruin my sleep schedule on the weekends. But I'm going to try my best to watch those APAC games because I also myself want to rank those guys. I'll watch more highlights for sure so I get more rankings. So I'm going to say I'm going to try my best to get the APAC region on the ending tier list when the season's over. But if you're new here, if you're confused why I'm talking about that, is because these tier lists right now, there's not going to be any APAC region players on here. It's because those games are obviously super early in the morning. Literally, when those games come on, I go to sleep. So they're not going to be on here. I have a better understanding when I watch those games live instead of VOD. It's just better for me to watch games live than VOD because you kind of already know who's going to win. But I was going to make it really short and simple for you guys that are new here. But if you want to hear a longer explanation, I recommend going back to like the DPS or the main tank tier list. So here is all of our main sports we are going to be ranking. And may I say, I feel like this one's also going to be pretty confident for me as well. If you guys did not know, I am a support player in Overwatch as well. In competitive, I'm 4,300, top 500 as well. So I feel like the support area is very easy for me to do, and I'm very confident for it. So when I look at these players, I feel like I already know where I already want to place them. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we have Musa, who has rarely been playing recently, is because of Kodak and Dogman doing their support comp with Baptiste and Zen. I think that's very smart for them to do. It's very cool that they're doing that now. It's also, like I said, just doing better for them. But Musa all around, I'm going to be honest, Musa's not performing as good as he did season 2. That may be a hot take, maybe because Lucio's not being in meta all the time now. But that's just me. I think everyone can also agree on that. We don't really see Musa doing as good as he did last season, but I don't know what to say here. I feel like B or C is very good for a place here for Musa. I don't think A and S, and I don't think D and F. I feel like an average spot right now, maybe B. I know I'm putting a lot of Atlanta players in B. I think there was a lot of hype for Atlanta coming into the season, and they're just not. They're underwhelming. They're just very underwhelming this season. And maybe that's why I'm placing a lot of players Atlanta B, because we all expected them to be S and A. But I think there's still hope for Musa. He's not performing the best, though, this season compared to last season. Now we got Halo, or Hello, I'm Halo, if you guys don't know his new name. But on the Boston Uprising, honestly, I feel like because I pay attention a lot to Halo, because he was new in the Boston Uprising, he honestly isn't that bad. And I feel like for a nice spot to put Halo is somewhere C and D. I don't think he's F tier. He's not awful, I would say. I feel like he's an alright Lucio. I would say he's pretty average of a Lucio player, but also kind of below average. Because there's moments he looks very good of his amp timing. Some boops are alright as well. But all around, I think Halo, I think I'm going to at least put him D, or ooh, I think we'll put him D for now. Let's say that's a placeholder for now. I kind of want to see myself moving him in the future. We'll see. Now we have Closer with the Dallas Fuel, and recently, on the same day I'm recording this, they just picked up Paintbrush for the Dallas Fuel, and I think it's an alright signing. We don't know how it's going to turn out yet. I think Closer is still potentially better than Paintbrush, but let's talk about Closer because we're talking about him now. I think Closer, especially recently, we've always known he was the weak spot, unfortunately, because he was alright in Season 2. He was alright in the beginning of this season, but it kind of fell down pretty quick. But I think when you looked at the main melee, you realize that Closer, there needs to be an upgrade, and maybe that's Paintbrush, right? When I look at Closer, I'm looking at C or B right now. I kind of want to put him C because he's just not. I don't know what. He's just not performing that well recently. You know, his Lucio's not been the best. His BAP is very confusing. Also Crimzo as well. I don't know. Closer's just not been, I would say, the best recently, and I don't know, maybe that's a hot take, but I feel like a lot of people agree on that. I feel like he's a solid C. I don't think he's been awful. I don't think he's been insane. I think he's been pretty average for the field this season. Now we have Chris on the Florida Mayhem, and Chris is a weird one. Just like Closer on Dallas Fuel, Chris, if you look at Chris on Florida Mayhem, you just know he's the weakest link on the team. But when he's on the Brigida, he's one of the best Brigs in the league, it feels like, one of the best in general. But everything else, his Lucio, his Mercy, his everything else about that, Chris is just not that good on, and Florida Mayhem looks lost when they're not on Brig. So I feel like with all of those downsides, you gotta put him B, right? I can't see myself putting him A right now because just when he's on Brig, he pops off, right? But everything else, that's a no. And everyone who's even Mayhem fans say Chris needs an upgrade. Unique's still an option out there. I think there's still need an upgrade for Mayhem. Obviously, the reason why they're keeping Chris is because he's a huge shot caller in the team. That's why they're mainly keeping him. But I feel like there's needs to be an upgrade for Chris, honestly. Now we have Jexay, and when I was looking at all these players, Jexay, I don't know where I'm going to rank him, to be honest. Jexay's been a huge part of the Houston Outlaws on why they won so many games. I think everyone knows that. I'm looking at B and up right now, where to place him. I don't think he's been awful. I think he's actually been pretty good for the Outlaws, if not one of the best players, or the best in general next to Dante. When I look at this, I think I want to put Jexay in A, and I don't think that's a hot take. Maybe it is, but I think Jexay's been very good for the Outlaws, and it feels so weird putting an Outlaws player in A. I don't know if I could put him B because Jexay's been a huge part for the Outlaws this entire season. We didn't expect him to do this good. At least I didn't, because he did not have that good performances on Dynasty. I didn't expect that to be to the Outlaws. But I think he's been all around good. I think he is better than Musa. I think he is better than Chris. If Jexay went to Florida Mayhem, it would probably help out Florida Mayhem a little bit as well, because Jexay can play everything, unlike just Brig. Musa has been alright this season. I think Jexay's better than those two as well. Maybe he'll be moved down, but we'll see. Now we have Big Goose with the LA Gladiators, and Big Goose as well has been good for the Gladiators, just like Shaz. He's been consistent the entire time this season, and I gotta put him A. He's better than the two below him. It's just like that. I don't know where else I can put Big Goose. He's still been good on the season, especially on the loose show. We've always known him to be good on the loose show the entire time he's been playing Overwatch, right? So what else is there to say? Big Goose has been good this entire season for them. Now we got Rain on the LA Valiant, and right, let's be real, guys. Rain, we didn't expect Rain to do this good. As soon as we saw him getting signed up for the LA Valiant, we thought this was going to be the downfall of the LA Valiant, because he did not do good on the Florida Mayhem at all. I was saying find an upgrade instantly ASAP over Rain, because they're not going to do him that good. But Rain's doing good for them. I think it's very good. I think there's still potential for him to get even better. But I think as a solid spot to put Rain right now is maybe B. I don't think he's better than Big Goose or Jexay just yet. If not, he's very close to it. I think Rain has more potential. The beginning of the season, he was actually popping off a lot, but that kind of died down a little bit, maybe because of hero pulls. But I think Rain has potential to be one of the best main sports in the league if he keeps working hard, and we'll see where he ranks at the end of the season. I think there's a lot of potential here for Rain. Now we have FD God, and I'm looking at 2 here, and I think people already know the 2 is S and A. I did not expect FD God to be as insane as he was this season. As soon as he got signed, I knew this was going to be a big upgrade for the Paris Eternal, but I did not see enough to say like it's going to be absolutely insane. But it has been absolutely insane. He's been super aggressive on the Lucio and game-winning plays for him. You may not see it, it may not be in the kill feed, but him going in, distracting maybe a diva or a support, booping them around, FD God does that, and it just helps the team to push in, and FD God's doing a good job of that. I want to put him S. I think FD God, or A, I don't know. I think I'm going to hate no matter what where I put FD God. But FD God has been a huge impact for the Paris Eternal. I feel like people are not realizing it. He's been very good on his amp timings as well. FD God all around is just a great main sport. I think more people need to see that. Now we got Funny Astro on the Philadelphia Fusion, another player I hyped up a lot this season. He's also been doing very good. He's just like FD God a little bit, but I feel like FD God's a little bit more aggressive for some reason, but Funny Astro also has been very good. I kind of want to put Funny Astro in A, but it's very weird. I feel like you can like switch these two potentially. I don't know. I'm planning. Now I'm thinking I'm probably want to switch those two. I think that's what we're going to do here. I think we're going to switch them up. They're both very good, though. I know a lot of people could say FD God's S, but I think Funny Astro, compared to FD God has had some inconsistent games, unlike Funny Astro, where he's been consistent every game, being impactful in every game. FD God is occasionally impactful in every game, but I think Funny Astro, if I was going to pick one, I think Funny Astro is kind of better. At the same time, I think all around it's good. Now we got Moth. Now, Moth is an instant S tier. Just like FD God and all that, sometimes you don't see what Moth does. There's always spots Moth is wall riding on, spots that are very, very hard to do. You need to practice them a lot, and it's also game-winning spots he is sitting on because, one, distracting the team, getting nice damage in, booping tanks back so their team could push in. Moth does those things. And just another thing, those people do not realize it because no one really cares about the support players at all. They want to see the DPS player pop off. But Moth, just the main support players in general, do those things that set up the DPS players to do stuff. And I think Moth is a huge part on why that happens, especially for the tanks. If Smurf or Super wants to get a nice shatter, Moth's a big reason for that. Now we got Karkar on the Vancouver Titans. And this one's a weird one. I hyped up Karkar to be one of the best players on Titans. And when he was even in contenders, he was the best, if not one of the best. On Atlanta Academy or Fusion University, he's always been one of the best main sports and contenders. But there's also downsides of the Overwatch League because a lot of people want to say he's the worst, which I get that, right? It's the Vancouver Titans. They just came in. But I think a lot of people reason they're saying Karkar is bad is because he dies a lot, right? And I was noticing that too when they first played. But if you watched it, the enemy team that was always going against Vancouver Titans was always jumping on Karkar, which made Karkar switch the brig multiple times. And Shredlock and KSA were not peeling back for Karkar, and the same thing goes for Dalton and also Tasuna. So we saw Karkar die a lot. So this one's a weird one because we still haven't seen. Honestly, if I'm going to be, we haven't really seen Karkar play that much when it comes to it because like he always dies and his team's not helping him. It's hard to rank him right now, but if I was going to rank him, it's either D or F, right? I feel like Halo's better than Karkar right now in the Overwatch League, but I feel like you gotta put Karkar in F, even though we've still seen some spots on him. And I was even watching games again. I wanted to rerun and watch them again. Karkar was not getting many ult charges at all, and that's kind of on him as well sometimes. It's very weird. Karkar, on his past, his previous and contenders days, he's been very good. Karkar now, I don't know if it's a team issue. I don't know if it's him not calling anything out because there has been many points where the enemy was on him for a while, and you would guess Karkar would call that out. It also is not looking like that's happening. So it's weird, I guess you could say. I feel like it's more Vancouver Titans, but I'm going way too long about Karkar. Let's move on to the next one. Now we have Arc on the Washington Justice, and may I say, I feel so bad for saying this, but Arc has not been good this season. Season 1 NYXL, he was one of the best. Season 2 in Washington Justice, he kind of did good at the beginning and fell down at the end. But this season, I think he's just kind of average next to closer. I don't think he's been insane recently. I think the people above him are even better when it comes to impact as well with their main support play. Musa, I would say Moth is even better, even though we haven't seen him play that much recently. Chris has been good. And now I'm kind of tempted to put Musa down one, but I don't know, guys. It's Arc and Closer have not been the best recently this season. Maybe that will change of Arc, but who knows? They'll probably have more signings through the season. We'll see where it goes. Now we have Cruz on the Toronto Defiant, and may I say, Cruz is having a pretty big impact right now on the Toronto Defiant with his first couple of maps, games, all that. He made the Toronto Defiant look better as soon as he came in, which I like. But Cruz so far, if I was going to rank him, I don't think he's F tier. If I'm going to be honest, I think Closer and Arc are better, so I'm going to put him D, well around with Halo. I think Cruz has potential to be better with the Toronto Defiant as more games go on through the season, with more tournaments. We'll see where it goes. Toronto Defiant has almost made no moves this break, except for Numlock, which I don't know if Numlock's going to massively change, also Cruz. So we'll see how this changes them, with them in the next upcoming weeks and months with Cruz joining the team. I hope it does them well, but we'll need to see how the time goes on, right? Because it's the first 2 games, he's making a good showing, changing the team a little bit, but not massively, right? Now, I have decided to move Musa down one. I feel like it just wasn't right to have him in B, because I feel like Closer at some points is better than Musa, and same thing goes with Arc as well. I feel like Musa has been underwhelming, just like Atlanta Reign in general, underwhelming this season. So I think Chris is better. I do think Reign's definitely better than Musa as well. I think this is all around a good list. Karkar is very hard to rank right now because I feel like you need to see where Karkar's at if he's calling stuff out with tanks being on him, DPS being on him. Because obviously, if you guys do know, he went Brig to try and stop that, but nothing happened with Shredlock, Dalton, all of that. That, like I said, it may just be on Vancouver Titans. I don't know. Karkar is weird, right? Karkar is a weird one to rank. Halo has been good recently, but I think he's always been pretty alright with the Boston Uprising this season. Cruz has also been alright. Closer has had an up and down season, let's be honest. He's been pretty average for the fuel. Hopefully, Paintbrush is better. Hopefully, as a Fuel fan, I hope Paintbrush is good because Unique's still out there, right? Unique could be on the Florida Mayhem as well. And I do want to put this up right here. Same thing I had on my last video, in case anyone on Reddit is confused, because I know a lot of people on Reddit just don't know things. So these players are not ordered on how good they are just in tiers. So obviously, I don't think Chris is better than Reign. If I was going to pick a team, I'd probably pick Reign over Chris, maybe. But that's just in general. They're just in tiers, they're not in order. I think all around this is fine. I can see people arguing FD got to be an S. I totally get that. Big Goose, I feel like he deserves to be A. He's been A every season. I can't wait for him to be S at one point. Jexay has been a huge part for the Outlaws. Chris, been good on the Brig. Reign has been very good. Still underrated, I feel like, this season. Closer, Arc, Musa have been pretty alright this season. Wouldn't say massive. Halo's getting up there. I feel like if Boston Uprising keeps performing well, Halo will definitely go up in the rankings. Cruz, the same thing goes with Halo. If Toronto does good, I feel like it's got to be a huge part on Cruz, because obviously Calix is no longer there. Cruz came in. He'll definitely go up as well. Karkar, Vancouver's just got to get their stuff sorted out, and I feel like Hardcore will look good after that. But yeah, this is the list. Now, obviously, if you guys did not know, I talked about it a lot in the beginning of the tier list, like DPS and main tank, about the DPS duos, main tank, the duos tier list. So I'm not going to do those. We're going to save those for the end of the season because this next upcoming games are around the corner. There's still probably going to be some news coming out. If there's not, well, hey. But I may think about making a video about everything that happened in the 2-week break. So yeah, this is the list, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to join my Discord down below. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitter and my Twitch. And don't forget to hit that bell. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.